I got an email from someone, Natalie, who's been a follower of mine for years now, and she said she loved what I said about art being perfect for teaching SEL. However, she was concerned about what kind of things do you say to the people who want to actually forbid social emotional learning in the classrooms. Now, this is a legit concern, and it's one I'd love to tackle today. So let's do that. What do the arts have to do with learning in SEL? Oh, so much. Join me as we explore the depths of how these things come together through SEL, social, emotional, artistic learning. We'll look at the mindset, the methods, and the integrations that make SEL so effective. So plug yourself in. It's time to get inspired. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Inspired Classrooms podcast. I'm Elizabeth Peterson, your host, and today we're going to tackle what kind of things should you be saying to those who are concerned about social emotional learning in the classroom and in schools in general. So let's think about this for a second, because when we really get down to the bare bones, schools have always needed to address certain social and emotional learning in schools, right? Right from the very beginning, from having students, be able to work well with a partner, to being able to focus on their work on a tough day. We teach them things like kindness and being nice to your classmates. We teach them how to collaborate and really, work with other people. We teach them how to be polite, right? How to care for themselves as students and as human beings. We teach them respect and responsibility. And that's not to say that that's taking the place of anything that's happening in the home. What we're doing is we're helping students to transfer those skills of being kindness, of working together, of sharing, of politeness, of respect and responsibility. We're helping those students to transfer them into the work, quote unquote, work atmosphere that they're in, whether that's in a kindergarten classroom, in a middle school classroom, in high school, even in college. They're still developing those skills so that they can then transfer those skills to whatever work environment they find themselves in. Because these are all skills that we need for work and for life. I remember when I was in college, I was getting my undergrad in elementary ed. And I had a professor, her name was Dr. Lori Wiley, and she taught a class, I want to say it was called Integrated Curriculum. And she actually wrote a book about integrated curriculum. It was actually the first time I had really started to explore the idea of integrating the arts into some of the things that we were doing, which was kind of cool. She also had a book. Goodness, I wish I could remember the name of it. I'm going to put it in the show notes when I do. She wrote a book about character building and character education and the importance of it in the classroom. And boy, did that speak to me. I felt like that was going to be like something I could really grasp and really do some good when I finally got my own classroom, and when I started student teaching. I just really loved the idea of being able to teach students how to be responsible, how to be respectful to themselves, to their things, to each other. I was all ready for it. I remember we had to do a project that was focused in on some kind of character ed development type of thing. And I created an entire binder of activities and a whole box full of like manipulatives and things that were all focused on responsibility. I was ready. Like I was really into this whole idea of character education. But here's the thing. That hasn't changed, right? We still need to teach our students all of these skills. We need to help them develop all of these skills in our classrooms today. In fact, it's probably gotten even more necessary. Hold on, let me restate that. It has gotten more necessary for us to teach these things to our students. And now it's taken the form over the years, character education, 21st century skills, soft skills. It's taken the form now as social emotional learning. Unfortunately, because of how society has evolved itself, because of certain politics, SEL has been starting to get a bad rap. But I want us to think for a moment, what is at the core of social emotional learning? Because at the core is where we focus on the real important things of getting students to learn. And what's at the core of social emotional learning, and this is what we focus on in SEL, social emotional artistic learning. It's all about getting students to learn. A big part of our job is to help transition students into our classrooms and then be able to keep them there, right? And keep them focused and keep them engaged in the content that they need to learn, the content that we're teaching them. So yes, sometimes that will mean, helping them understand why they're upset about something and are having a hard time getting to school in the morning. There are a lot of students that just have a hard time getting to school. Having strategies that can help students to process what their emotions are and get them to a place where they can be at school and be present in the classroom is something that every teacher needs now. It's about, giving students the opportunity to work with peers and help them to show empathy for different peers who are not like them, and having that social awareness that will help them to succeed in various situations that they face in the future. I really want to take a stand here and make sure that my perspective is very clear on what social emotional learning is. Because it's not about providing therapy for students, and it's about having them be ready to learn. And that is a huge part of our role as educators, as teachers in the classroom, as paraprofessionals in the classroom. Whatever your role is in education, if you're working directly with students, part of what you need to, skills that you need is the strategies to help students get to school, get into the classroom, and be ready for learning. And that's, I feel, one of the things that sets SEL apart from other SEL programs. We are helping students to understand how they feel, to get to a place where they can feel comfortable. We're providing and building a safe learning environment for our students. We're building relationships, and we're doing that all through creativity, through the arts, through experiences that we're having our students have in the classroom and with their peers and with us as their teachers. It's just such a beautiful thing. And on top of that, SEL is also helping the teacher get to that point where they have those strategies and get to the point where they have that mindset and understanding of the things that their students need. So teachers need these skills, right? And schools should be providing opportunities for teachers to learn these skills. Now, if you're interested in learning more, I want to encourage you to join me for SEL Week. This is a free SEL Week challenge that's coming up in March, and it is going to be amazing. We're going to have 6 days of live sessions online, and yes, if you can't make it live, there'll be a replay. You want to sign up. You're going to get emails with SEL teacher challenges. We're going to have our raffles at the end. We're going to have daily prizes at the live sessions. It's really going to be a blast, and you're going to learn so much about how this creative SEL can impact your students and yourself. All right, so where do you sign up? You're going to go to theinspiredclassroom.com/SEL Week. I'll put the link in the show notes, of course. And I would love to see you there. All right, let's get to your thoughts. I want to know what your thoughts are about SEL in the schools. All right, make sure you DM me on Instagram, on Facebook, find me on LinkedIn. I want to hear from you because I want to hear about what your experiences are as far as SEL in your school and what your school is doing and what the community is even thinking about the work that you're doing in your school for SEL. Always so interested in that. All right, and be sure to sign up for SEL Week. It's a PD opportunity where you can get inspired so that you can be inspiring. All right, that's it for me for now. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will be connecting with you soon. Thanks so much for listening. Please be sure to subscribe as we continue talking about arts, learning, and SEL through SEL, social, emotional, artistic learning. If you want to learn more, go to theinspiredclassroom.com. My name's Elizabeth Peterson, reminding you to get inspired so that you can be inspiring to your students.